Hey guys, happy Sunday. So here's my theory, and it's a new theory. Nobody's ever come up with it before, not that I know of. There's a couple things that don't really fit in, but most of it is just my opinion. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you, but everyone thinks I'm fucking crazy anyways. What's the difference? All right, so check this out. All right, let's look at the facts. Facts are that JonBenet was killed. Fact number one, she's dead. Unless you believe she's Katy Perry, which is pretty funny. Although there is similarities, like they do look alike. So you can see like JonBenet turning into Katy Perry, but no, the theory is bullshit. So fact number one is that she's dead. Fact number two, it's never been solved. Fact number three, the cops believe that Patsy did it. Fact number four, they believe John may have been covering up for Patsy. Fact number five, people think Burke killed his sister and mom and dad covered up for him, which is not so astronomically crazy. But here's where I'm going to put a dent in that. I have always said, and I still say, I do not believe that Patsy did it. I do not believe Burke did it. I just don't. I think there's too many things that point to an outsider, and I believe Lou Smith. I do. And if he's convinced that an outsider did it, well, then that's good enough for me. But look at the facts, okay? Was Burke involved somehow? Probably. I don't know how. Maybe he let the killer walk out the door. I don't know. How Patsy's involved? Do I believe Patsy wrote the note? Fuck yeah, I believe she wrote the note. But here's why. I don't believe she did it to cover up for Burke. One of the things that caught my eye immediately in this movie was that Patsy always did things extravagantly. Everything was over the top, whether it be a birthday party, whether it be Christmas trees that were in the house, everything she did was completely over the top. So if she was over the top on stuff, her daughter just being killed wouldn't be enough. She needed to make it totally over the top. She needed to make it so everybody would like feel bad for her. Everyone would feel sorry for her. Like, oh my God, poor Patsy. Poor Patsy. I believe that's why she wrote the note. But I don't believe that she was trying to cover up for her son's killing JonBenet Ramsey, his sister. So here's my alternative theory, one that has never been heard of, never been discussed. And if you think I'm crazy, it wouldn't be the first time, so I'm cool with it. But what if, just what if, I had said this originally, like maybe they walked right in the front door, maybe they were hiding, maybe they did something, maybe it was Santa Claus at the window. Maybe the neighbor, that Santa Claus neighbor who said you're going to get a special Santa gift or Santa's going to come bring you something, maybe that's who gave him the pineapple. Maybe that's who got in the door. Maybe Burke has been hiding the secret that he let Santa Claus in the door, or he let this person in the door, or he let this person out of the door, which is where I'm getting at. What if, now just what if, Burke saw what was going on. This person hurt JonBenet. That's his sister. But let's just say this person hurt JonBenet. Took JonBenet, carried her right out the fucking door. Told Burke, lock the door behind you. Okay? It's just a theory, but that's not my main theory. That's just the thought of how this person got in or out and how Burke's tied to it. So now the door is locked. They kill JonBenet. Because remember, there is not 1 ounce of evidence that JonBenet was killed in the house. There wasn't blood. There wasn't anything. People talk about Patsy being dressed. The one thing that seems to be consistent is that Patsy was not a neat freak. She looked like she was kind of a dirty person if you look at the house and how they were cleaning it when they were having people there and how she left the pineapple. Somebody that's neat freak is not going to do that. Somebody that's probably a slob would probably put on the same clothes if they were right next to them. I don't doubt that she probably had the clothes on the floor, had to get up and just threw them on. I've done it. Haven't you guys? You know, someone's knocking at your door, you grab shorts that you had on the night before. I mean, it's the way it is. And anyone that tells me, no, I would never do that, then you're a neat freak, and that's that. So my point being is that her having on the same clothes, now her staying in the same clothes all day, that's a different story. She should have changed. But her initially putting on those clothes to me meant absolutely nothing. Like, so big deal. So here's my theory. I'm going to get to this because I'm tired and I got to be up at 4 in the morning. But here's my theory. Let's say that the killers were already out the door. They killed her outside the house, which leads to believe she was killed outside the house, because how do you do all that to her and there's not 1 ounce of evidence left? So what if, in order to set Patsy up, the killers went in the back, they unlocked the door. Maybe they did that when they were in the house originally, but they unlocked that window and they opened it. They crawled down the grate and realized they can't get through that window for whatever reason. Either they were too big, or they didn't want to mess up the spider webs, or whatever the fucking reason was. They can't get through that door. Now they have this body and no way to get in the house. So what do? They take her body. Now she's like this because of rigor mortis. And they throw her through the window. Now, it sounds a little crazy, but think about this. The pathologist said that the blow to her head happened after she was dead. That's why there was no swelling or anything. So why would you hit her that hard if she was already dead? Burke did not hit her that hard if she was dead already. Therefore, a blow to the head on a cement, when your head hits, that can cause an 8-inch gash in your skull. And that would happen after you're dead. So once they threw her, they took her blanket and they threw it over her. Her body was not that far from that window. Very easily could have tossed it. I know it sounds crazy, but if you really think about it, it does make sense. And there were a couple things that led me to believe that. One, that the spider webs stayed intact. Well, if you threw her body and you never had to crawl through, yeah, you would like maybe mess it up a little, like they said it was messed up a little, but you would never, you would just throw her. That would explain all of that. So that's my theory. And I'm going to go into it a little further at another time. But again, I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's already 9:30, which is really 10:30. So I'm going to cut this now. But really think about that. So that was my theory. And I just wanted to get it out there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And I am off to bed. So if I don't respond to anything, don't get mad. But make sure you subscribe, check out my other videos, and that's it. Have a good night. Peace.